Hi.
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 How you doing, Beth?
Oh, God, damn. I'm okay. I'm alive.
You're alive?
Yeah.
We had quite the night last night, didn't we?
We did. We had such a night.
Can you keep something from Rex until I record telling Rex something?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm a ranger.
You're a ranger?
I'm a ranger.
How did you didn't even sign up for an alpha ship?
Sure I did.
You sure you... Why didn't you tell anyone?
Because this is funnier than that.
I love you. Congratulations.
Love you too, Beth. I'm Ranger Stone.
Wow.
What was your yesterday experience like, Rex?
The playa was on my side. I was standing up, the playa was on my side. It's supposed to be below me.
Now ask me how my yesterday experience was.
Why are we doing this?
Because I'm a ranger.
You're not a ranger.
Yes, I am.
Since when are you a ranger?
Yesterday.
You told me you were hanging out with Sausage Girl and fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't ready to tell
me
anyone
normal
yet.
things.
Yep.
You walked an alpha?
Yeah.
You nerd.
I know. It was great.
Hello. Oh.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Levine. I can never remember if that's a Lenny or a Squiggy I'm doing.
Weird.
Is it?
What's weird is that we're finally back from Playa.
Holy shit. We're home.
2025 in the can.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Closed the book on that can, as the kids say.
Do the kids talk about cans?
Oh, yeah. That, spoopy, chuggy, malodorous.
I think calling things chuggy is at this point kind of chuggy.
Almost certainly. But if the word shoe fits,
Chug.
slip it on.
Chug.
Before we get started today,
Are we not started?
I thought we would play my new favorite non-standard episode game that we usually play, an accuracy third game with me, D-Day.
Oh, this is the game called Make Rex Retch. Say that 3 times fast.
Wait, is this a drinking game?
And who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm Beth.
Some might call it a drinking game, Beth. I have started calling it, what is it? How's it taste? What's it taste like? Let's find out.
I like that you do this. Like, folks want to know how our Burning Man went, and instead they're going to hear us, like, gag on mic.
Not necessarily. These are fancy. Let me just get the cocktail tray up on the bar.
Did you get them from Gross Out?
No.
Oh, hey.
Some of these I got from Trader Joe's.
You've been shopping around.
And some of these I got from the Duck Loy fancy grocery store in the Mission.
Ooh.
Wait, you brought us nice things.
Maybe.
Today,
They're going to be sugar
perhaps,
bombs.
they might be. The first thing, do you want me to tell you what they are, or do you just want to try them?
Oh, I guess we're going to have to try them and see if we can palate them out. Welcome to our Après Brûlée episode, where we sample disgusting cocktails out of cans.
And we're back from Burning Man, which was great, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know
Muddy.
if you know.
Windy.
It wasn't that muddy or that windy. What are we, little bitches now?
I mean, it was definitely extremely windy.
For like twice.
Yes, but dangerous. Like, it's never
enough
been
to
so
break our
windy
infrastructure.
that I ruined a pair of boots.
How did you ruin a pair of boots?
Because I was standing exposed out in the wind for like an hour and a half. And during that time, a lot of playa went into my boots, mixed with my pervasive walking around for 10 hours boot sweat, and completely just ruined a pair of boots.
As far as I can tell, it was windy twice.
Yes, the wind events were short and devastating.
Yeah.
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 It wasn't a week of whiteouts. It was a week that began by ruining everything and then ended by ruining everything as you were cleaning up.
I think the thing that ruined my experience most of all was it was an inconsistent problem. I'm fine with a massive amount of bad weather and then a couple days of the repercussions of that. But so many days in a row of doing work and like being just about ready to go out and enjoy the playa and having weather happen just made me want to go to bed real early.
Well, this is a like a whiskey lemon honey.
That is a Thai gimlet, Rex. That is vodka with lime oil, coconut, Thai chili, galangal, and tamarind.
Huh.
And if that's poison for you, Beth, I'll run in and get some vinegar real quick.
I don't think it's poison for me.
No, Thai chilies are dry.
Well,
But I'm also saying that, like, aren't we burners? Can't we do 2 windstorms? The weather otherwise was pretty good. I mean, the rain, whatever, people are bitches. The rains were in the afternoon, evening. We knew they were coming. Mm-hmm. Get out.
knew they were coming like that Thai gimlet coming towards your face.
Oh, God, that smells terrible.
It's the tamarind.
I can't really taste the tamarind. Not like that disgusting tamarind mezcal.
Oh, God, yuck.
Yeah, also there was tamarind mezcal.
No.
Man.
This other one doesn't really have much of a nose after that first one.
A nose, a fucking draining of a nose. I can feel it burning up behind my nose.
Well, there's 3 more of them after this one, Beth, so get in line.
Well, I don't hate those. I don't hate that gimlet. That's for realsies. This other one is kind of nothingy.
So both of these cans of pre-made cocktails are from Straight Away. That second one is gin, Accompagni Blue Doris liqueur, lemon, and honey.
Straight Away. Good playa name.
Look, that's not bad.
That is not good, though.
For pre-made cocktails, they're the best things I have brought into this studio yet.
That's
Fair.
true. And neither of them
Yeah.
are like total sugar bombs.
They're both not great, but they're both like drinks.
Let me see that bee's knees.
Bee's knees.
Yes, the second cocktail is called Bee's Knees. The first cocktail is a Thai gimlet.
Ain't never heard of no Accompagni Blue Doris liqueur.
No, me neither. And now, this third cocktail.
Oh, God.
Well, this one is not a pre-made cocktail, Beth. This is...
Are you serving this in a bowl?
The ice was in a bowl, Beth. We are in the studio where we don't have a freezer. Well, you're really overstepping today.
Wait, but now this is you actually making a cocktail. This
Yes.
is different.
Do you want a nice gift after being on Playa for so long, Beth? Or would you not like that?
I've had many nice gifts.
Yes, but not one from me in the past, 48 minutes.
That's true. But many from you.
Yes, many from me. I'm a very thoughtful friend.
You are.
Is that a bit? Is that the truth? Our listeners may never know. Could it be both?
Uh-huh.
All right, now this I am very excited by.
Rex, that is drinkable.
That is a whiskey and fancy ginger beer. I've got this Fentimans ginger beer with muddled lime in it.
It's not bad. I'd done it with some rum myself, but
Well, we have another bottle of it if you'd like to pour some rum in it.
might.
Indeed.
So, speaking of drinking, how did your Odyssey go this year, Beth?
Oh, I didn't do it at all? Are you kidding me? Do you know how middle-aged I am? Like, by the time Thursday rolled around, I was like, I would be doing quite well to eat a salad and, go to bed at 8 p.m. Not a chance. And I found a real limitation into how much I can come even with that specific cum-inducing vibrator thing. I was like, I could do 24 with this, but no.
Like 12 and change?
It starts taking it a ridiculous amount of time, and then the vibrator just keeps heating up in disturbing ways. Where it's I'm no longer, this isn't hot, this is hot.
So maybe we need to bring out a little toolkit for you next year with maybe 3 or 4 in there so they have a chance to cool down.
I have looked directly into my hubris. And I would like to say that I'm not interested in walking more than 10 miles on Playa. I'm going to say 6 orgasms in a 24-hour period is pretty greedy, but I could get there. 12? Nah, it just stops happening. Unless there's another cocktail of drugs I haven't considered yet.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I did okay, but any amount of donuts would have fucked up my guts so hardcore. This year I was like regular the entire time. I'm very proud of my guts. I didn't throw up once.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I didn't throw up once, and I like had regular poops most of the time.
You know what? My digestion was perfect through the burn. Then the moment I left, I eat like 2 slices of pizza and I don't get to shit for days.
2 slices of pizza from Sacramento.
From the pizza place that I've been eating at since I was a little kid.
Oh, I know.
It's
But it's in Sacramento.
It's incredible pizza.
Well, maybe I'll try it next time. For, as everyone knows, mayhaps I poop too much.
Mayhaps. I still am like, we really should pull the doors off of one of the portos and put in like swinging.
Saloon doors?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then that can be the smoking porto. Mm-hmm. And the
Yeah, I don't even
porto.
smoke in the Porto, but I believe that people deserve to be able to smoke in the Porto. And how was your Odyssey this year, Rex?
I'm more of an Iliad guy myself. And really only the first chapter. All the rest of it is real tedious once Eris goes away.
D-Day yourself?
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to do the Odyssey this year since I was spending so much time becoming a ranger.
All right. Oh, my God.
Man, the lengths you will go for a bit that is just for you.
I could have gone longer, but I was like really tired of trying to figure out how I was going to like get dressed to be a ranger and go ranger with you guys living immediately next to me.
All right, dear listeners, on Saturday of setup week, there's a really difficult dust storm that just broke everybody's shit.
Oh, I thought it wasn't much of a dust storm, Beth. I thought we were whiners.
We're all whiners. And all of us whiners come back to camp and we're all sharing our whiner experience of, oh, I threw up some dust. Oh, my entire fucking shade structure started lifting off the ground. Oh, whine, 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 whine. You know how good burners do it. Like it's died down. We're all hanging out. We're all like recollecting our stories from 3 hours earlier. And then D-Day comes in with this fucking smile on his face, like just grinning. And he's like, hey, you want to record? And I'm like, no, why would I want to record? I'm here with my friends. We are all dealing with what just happened. What could we possibly record?
This was the morning after that, before you went to Reno.
Oh, yeah. No, this is because I said no, and D-Day listened to my boundaries. And I didn't understand why he wanted to record, because why? We're trying to be present. This weird thing just happened. Let's all hang out. The next morning, A, someone started stealing our water from camp, and we just found that out. And B, I was getting ready to leave Playa, and this motherfucker comes up to me, like, smiling a goddamn jack-o'-lantern, being like, hey, we need to record. And I'm like, I don't want to go get the equipment. What do you mean? And then he starts pressing record on his phone. And he's like, just right now. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I assume he'll insert the audio here.
It's the cold open.
So you've already heard how annoyed and then weirded out and then proud of our friend that I am.
It's on the drive if you want to hear it.
I have not heard Rex's reaction to
Rex has not heard your reaction.
No, and I'm kind of looking forward to hearing it cold.
All right.
Well, anyway, Ranger.
What I think is really most hilarious about this is you went to so much trouble to conceal this fact, but
For no reason whatsoever.
Your like behavior is so atypical and unpredictable all of the time that you didn't need to disguise this thing. I don't think about what you do when you're doing something weird. You're just doing something weird. I'll find out later.
Yeah, well, this is the first I'm hearing of that. So obviously I can't have used that to guide my behavior.
I did genuinely that day have a few moments of like, where the fuck is D-Day? I haven't seen him all day long.
I was taking a mental health day.
Yeah, I mean, that is not what I heard, but I did check in.
What did you hear?
I couldn't find you, and at some point, I talked to Phoenix, and I'm like, hey, is D-Day okay? And Phoenix was like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. That's it. No one told me shit. You were just gone for a day. And I didn't put one and one together. When you showed back up, I'm like, oh, good. D-Day isn't dead. And
Could have been. People would not stop fucking driving during that dust storm. Jesus Christ. Like, I had stopped walking with my bike because I could not see an inch in front of me. And these fucking cars and trucks were just, the second you could see an inch and a half in front of you, they were just going. They were excited to be at Burning Man.
horrifying.
Shouted myself hoarse at one of them.
I don't remember who told me, but I think maybe it was Chukaki told me that you were at a secret third location that I was not supposed to know about.
At no point would I have confided anything in Chukaki.
No, I don't think Chukaki knew. I think Chukaki knew that I wasn't supposed to know.
Seems impossible.
No idea.
Chukaki, like, her tent is right next to yours.
But that's my secret little private room.
You
where
are-
No one can hear what
That is
happens.
Two
has
16
fabric
inches
walls?
of canvas away from Chukaki.
Still, the plan came together.
You know, like as I got off playa to teach weight class, and I was telling my partner Joe about it, and he was like, "But why?" And I couldn't explain it, but I understood why.
When you hear the audio, you'll understand why. It's fucking gold. And also, it's very funny that I've spent like literally the past 20 years of my life saying, well, that's a thing I'll never do. And then realizing through our interview of Ranger Eucalyptus that, like, not only am I eventually going to do this, why pretend I shouldn't do it this year?
It's a fair question.
And genuinely, the Ranger training is amazing.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It is smart. It is collaborative. It is introspective. It's
Despite
fun.
being a long day.
It's a very long day, but it doesn't matter because like you're doing all this empowering work. It's great.
Yeah, it never feels like a long day.
Yeah, this year we had a bunch of people in camp become rangers.
A little disappointing, gotta say.
I understand, but it was exciting for me.
As not the special one.
It's always so nice to have more rangers in camp, specifically because they have to balance each other out.
I've got real good stalwart ranger energy.
What's stalwart mean?
Like
Like a dwarf.
like a brick shithouse.
Stalwart, like steady,
Yeah.
But like with an exclamation mark.
Unflappable.
unflappable.
If I need to be unflapped, I will be unflapped. If I'm flapped, I apologize ahead of time.
Flappable is a good playa name. Oh my God, Burning Man was so great this year.
It was another very funny year.
It was very funny.
It was.
It was very fun.
It was all of that. It was exhausting.
It was so long.
You were out there for such a short period of time.
Comparatively, yes, but that was still like 17 days.
Those streets were just like
Oh shit.
so tiring.
I take back everything I ever said about people who ride electric bikes at Burning Man.
Yeah, I need an
Get yourself an
electric bike.
electric bike.
Fuck me.
Leave it at the lowest goddamn level and just let it nudge you forward over the horrendous conditions out there.
It was like fucking mountain biking every goddamn block.
Yes, skills course.
Oh my God. I'm a bike commuter in San Francisco and I was sore in ways I've never felt before.
Dude, when I used to be a bike commuter in San Francisco, I would have to bike like upwards of 5 or 6 miles, half of one of them uphill, for my hands to like hurt from having to hold on to the handlebars so hard. And my hands fucking hurt like 2 blocks away from our camp.
You know, this is a good year for the reminder that Burning Man is hard. It was really hard this year. It was hard.
Yeah, I'm used to like long walks at Burning Man being brutal on my poor arthritic feet, but this year it was like ankles and calves and knees because every step was a negotiation. You couldn't just like walk.
It was a lot of making sure you don't snap your ankle. I didn't fucking go dancing this year. Not because like I was invited to go out dancing and I was like, nah. I just didn't think of it. At no goddamn point was I like, I'm going to try to dance on this ground.
I was thinking about dancing until Sniffles snapped his leg, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm over 40. I don't need to take any risks.
Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area where I can dance to this exact same music in a club next week.
So what then? Favorite art? Huh?
It was only an okay art year for me.
I got out to see a bunch more art than either of you guys did, and I'm going to blame Rangering.
I blame the weather the first 4 days of
The
the
weather
event.
did really
Like that. I liked that things were still being built on Thursday, Friday.
That was nice.
I had a couple really funny situations where I was just like, is this like
A
a
thing?
weird plexiglass hallway of a Dickie in a box project? Or nope, this is broken. There's a guy inside there. He's got a wrench.
So best arts though.
So I really like the dumpster. There was a series of Tetherballs that are of different sizes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty fucking cute. Obviously, the troll was really gorgeous.
Yeah, that was very pretty.
The disco snail was super cute.
Secret theme this year, snails.
Snails. But it's really like the temple fucking killed me this year. And the deer on the way out to the temple, the beaded
Yeah,
deer,
Stag.
the stag. I fell in love with that one.
Yeah, that thing was magnificent.
Yeah, and I would say Well Boy's piece at the trash fence with all the canisters.
The John Bastard
Yeah.
Memorial.
The John Bastard Memorial.
That was beautiful.
That was incredible.
The haunting.
Also, you really liked the occulted seesaws.
Oh, yeah, this is like my favorite. Honestly, that might be my favorite piece this year. It's so Burning Man-ish. Like it's a bunch of seesaws, but where the center is, you can't quite tell. And there's these doors that are between you and the person on the other end of the seesaw, so you can't see them. And sometimes there are doors with like holes through them. One of them was a mirror door, so you're looking at yourself instead of the other person on the other side.
One of them was like prison bars.
Yeah.
And the pivot point was sometimes centered, sometimes wildly
Way off.
asymmetrical.
Totally. It was, I don't know, it was just like so disconcerting. It was very changing of your reference point. And yeah, it might have been like my favorite piece of Burning Man art. Like something that wouldn't exist anywhere else. Because there was a bunch of beautiful pieces that would exist other places. Like there was that projection map of the beautiful woman's head with the mushrooms. There was the troll. There was a bunch of stuff where I'm like, this is beautiful, big art. But this occluded seesaw thing, I just, nowhere else would this exist. Also, big shout outs to the Flaming Lotus Girls project this year.
Nest was
so
fucking
cool.
killer.
That was very pretty. I also really liked RFK riding a bucking bronco of an iron lung.
What? I didn't see that one.
I think, and I'm almost certainly wrong, but I think that was the 9 o'clock portal piece. But I saw it originally and I didn't see RFK Jr. on it. I just thought that someone had brought out a mechanical bull, and instead of a mechanical bull that looked like a bull, it was a mechanical bull that was an iron lung. But there was a sculpture of RFK Jr. to go on it and a big sign that said something like, "Amazing Polio coming to a school near you."
I really liked the plumbing service and temporal anomaly truck.
Oh, I was thinking of mentioning that.
It's very good. It didn't quite scratch whatever ineffable itch I had when I saw that in terms of the payoff, but it was a very good version of that stroboscopic drop of water falling effect.
Yeah, the sinking with the knife was fantastic. Blue balled me for that song. I had to go home and listen to it. And of course, the Sphinxes. The Sphinxes were fucking fantastic.
Please, as someone who waited around for you to figure out the gates of the Sphinxes and possibly even advocated for us leaving without you, which I or someone is probably very ashamed of deep down. Please tell us what happened at the Sphinxes.
I had an experience. I met the Oracle.
Cool.
And? Yes, and Beth. Cool. Yes, and.
Sorry, I had D-Day being like, we should leave, and I had found you, but then lost you again. And we had been there for
So many years.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes maybe.
No.
Like we sent expeditions in to find you. And they came back empty, and we were like, what can we possibly do about this?
I don't know what to tell you. There were like 4 or 5 booths in a row. I went through them in order and then through the fucking Sphinxes. If you guys couldn't find me,
We didn't even know there were booths.
Yeah. We found you.
It was fraught. Like we went
and then
through
I figured, okay, cool.
There was signage.
There was a winter of the soul happening outside the perimeter of whatever the shit you were doing, and it was bleak. It was like the Terror, like the first season of the Terror. We were just like, these people have been taken by some sort of snow monster. I don't know. Their names are Rex, and I think we should move on.
If it makes you feel any better, as you were enduring that, I did have to, pass between the Sphinxes, and as a person of a certain age, you can't do that with just a little bit of terror down in your guts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense why it took 45 minutes to find you again. And we almost left 3 times.
Might have been like 3 or 4.
I the amount I had to be like, no, I'm waiting. I'm pretty sure.
It was maybe 15, 20 minutes.
That incorrect.
I was never outside of eyesight of you guys.
Incorrect.
It's not my fault.
We screamed. We walked around and screamed.
If you knew where we were, how come you didn't hear us
Beth was like,
yelling
fuck
for
you, Rex! Oh my God, where are you, Rex?
I didn't say I knew where you were. I just know how big that piece is. If you had just
Cavernous.
gone in.
We did.
We did.
Together and separately.
Numerous times.
And it wasn't embarrassing on our end, so it must have been embarrassing for you.
It certainly wasn't. Although I did, after passing through the Sphinxes, I accidentally cut a line because it was not a very obvious line.
Well, you didn't bring us any lines. We were waiting out there with no lines.
That's your fault. Don't come unprepared on an adventure.
Don't look at me, Beth. I don't know.
You could have gone in and had yourself an oracle, but you didn't. You waited outside. You didn't do the art. I did the art. The art was great.
Yeah.
You should have done the art.
You want to explain to the listeners what the art was? Because I saw 2 better than passable sculptures that partially evoked the oracles for me.
It was an experience. There were stations. You did an activity, and then you went and saw the oracle. It was a thing.
Yep.
But did it evoke the Holocaust? No. How minty was the soap they sprayed on it?
Dude, it's a German children's book. Of course it doesn't evoke the Holocaust. For fuck's sake. It's like 1976.
I really liked the library.
Moonlight Library?
Yeah.
Bunch of half books.
When I heard about it, I thought that somebody probably built a pretty large, impressive looking library and filled it with like 30 thrift stores worth of books. And I could not have ever thought that anyone would build an entire library and cut all of the books down to like 2.5 to 3 inches and fill a library full of books that aren't.
All but one.
That's what I hear.
There was a secret compartment. There was good stairs on either side.
There was a secret compartment?
Yeah.
I didn't find no secret compartment.
Yeah.
There was an art car that nudged itself right inside the library when we were there.
Oh, yeah. No, that was scary. We were up on the library, and it was stopping, I have to assume.
It was like 5 feet away from us when it stopped and 5 feet away from each side of it.
It was pretty obnoxiously close.
Yeah.
I didn't get up on the top because the art car was suddenly there.
The second time I went, sometimes you have a radio on you and people walk up to you and be like, hey, is there a wedding happening here? And I'm like, I don't.
How dare you?
I couldn't tell you. And then folks that were sitting next to me were like, oh, we're here for a wedding. And I'm like, great. Everybody's here for a wedding. And then cars full of people started showing up for this wedding. And the part that cracked me up was like, there's this couple that are like beelining it, like fucking hiking up, and they're like, we're here. And they're like, it's 2:05. And they're like, oh, right, it's Burning Man. This isn't going to get started for another half an hour. And then I watched the friends of whoever was getting married bitch at each other in glee about how the bride and the groom aren't here for their wedding at the time their wedding is supposed to start. But that was at the Moonlight Library.
And then you officiated the wedding.
No. Then I walked the fuck away.
I also really, really, really liked that first structure we came upon during our Wednesday night art walk.
The like honeycomb curved
The big
piece?
3-legged dome thing.
Oh, yeah.
Carved out of wood with the really nice, comfortable benches. And just like the level of architectural detail and forethought in how it was constructed was, even though it wasn't really the right time of day to appreciate what that structure was, it was great to be in at night. And I bet it was a fabulous little oasis during the day. It was like everything that just a gazebo out there isn't. Domeopteryx. They said there was a laser or something that wasn't working the night that we saw it that was supposed to be shining up through the center of it. I don't know if they ever got it working, but like it didn't need extra light than whatever was already in it. I really enjoyed that space.
I really liked Patches.
What's Patches?
That was that little house we went into that was covered in patches that had Cabbage Patch Kid growing out from the garden and had that that weird phone where you could...
Oh, the Echo phone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I could have spent more time exploring.
Oh, shit. I fell off Thunderdome.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
Tell us
Saw
about
you fall.
Thunderdome, Beth.
I've never been. So I went and I tried to see, which means getting up on it, which I got up on it. And on my way back down, the rung before the end, my boot got caught.
Ooh.
And held up while I fell down. It actually went really well for me.
Compared to some other friends.
Right, exactly.
Ooh.
Compared to some other friends. Thankfully, I managed to be caught by some folks. And then the folks in Thunderdome were like, hey, don't do that. And I'm like, yeah, well, obviously, thanks and sorry. But it looks cool, I guess.
One of the craziest or drunkest or most altered people I've ever experienced came up to me while you were somewhere away climbing up Thunderdome. Mm-hmm. This person came up next to me like I would expect a friend from camp or our team to sidle up next to me if I was like real familiar with them. Mm-hmm. And this dude wasn't. This dude on Wednesday night of the event smelled like menthols and cigars and like a homeless level of BO and cologne. And he turns to me and is just like, hey, I need to know you guys did then you did right.
Ugh.
I was just like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's like, yeah, nobody knows. And I was like, yeah, well, people are in different places. Just like, I know though. And then
Great.
I gave a couple, not quite complete thought responses to things, and he wandered off. But then while we were still waiting for you and Rex to come back from your excursion
Of falling off Thunderdome.
Which I didn't know about, but like just the cops that showed up behind us while we were there. And we're just hanging out there, and there's these like two cops lurking in the background. And this dude swings by again, and in my other ear is just like, hey, just like, yeah, man, I don't know. Sorry, I can't know.
I really liked that the sea monster that was it was tentacles and like a
big
three-eyed
light
mouth.
up face that was like, ah. Yeah.
all caught up in nets.
Face Your Demon was pretty cool,
I don't know.
too.
I saw that.
That was really cool. Ozymandias or whatever got destroyed and left in Reno.
Shit.
What's that?
It's the one that looks like a big face looking up from the playa. It's about rebar. Like, you could climb it. It seemed good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I liked Uppy Downy. I didn't actually see it, but I heard tell.
What's up, you Downy?
That's that piece of trash fence.
It's a piece of trash fence with a little ladder over it.
I think we saw it incomplete.
I definitely saw it and I loved it.
Uppy Downy. You can go over it.
I was pretty sure it was a piece of art, and then I went all the way around it, and I wasn't sure if it was. And then on my way away from it, I was just like, nah, that's art. You guys got any good swag this year?
I'm not looking at my box of random stickers.
Got bunches of good swag. Got Capitalism is a Death Cult from Front Tug.
Yeah, it's an
that
incredible
one's
patch.
one of my favorites.
That's already on Front Tug. Thank you.
Oh, and we got that beautiful necklace from Fender Bender and Punisher.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that was really gorgeous. And oh god, my fucking hat from Sausage Girl.
Yeah.
That I just I feel so seen.
It is an epically good hat.
It is so good. And then I felt kind of self-conscious, and when I saw Sausage Girl, she was like, oh yeah, I feel so complimented that you've been wearing this every time I see you. And I'm like, that's fine, it's fine. It's not because it's the most DPW
Yeah, this is
thing
my
I
fucking
own.
hat is why.
Yeah.
It is nice when somebody gives you an item of clothing or accoutrement where you're just like, well, this has been mine all along. It just took you to bring it to me.
It says, by the way, for folks who don't know, it says Earth is beautiful, nuke Mars.
It's a great hat.
It is.
I got a hand woven,
Knitted.
crocheted, knitted,
Crotcheted.
a hand crotcheted beer koozie from the original group of folks that was standing in front of me during my man burn perimeter shift.
Oh, nice.
Hours later, after they had shuffled me around the perimeters to a place where I was equidistant from everyone else as they were equidistant from each other, the woman who gave me that beer koozie, I see her like walking through the crowd and she sees me and she comes up to me and she's just like, which direction is my group in? And I was like, 25 feet to the left.
I got to be in Rex's section for the temple burn, and it was a very supportive section.
I did get a very lovely piece of swag from young Master Sebastian, who came out from the crowd to give me a little beaded bracelet that said, I care.
That's awesome.
Put it on my ranger hat.
It's very cute.
I think he said that it was his 5th burn, which means he probably missed the first 2 because I'm pegging him at about 7.
That's pretty fucking cute.
It was very cute. And yes, I had an amazing section. Listeners, if you were in my section, thank you. That was maybe my best perimeter ever.
Oh, that's fabulous.
It was really adorable. Folks were very pro Rex.
This group of folks that was in front of me originally, I gave them my whole spiel with how many of them have to sit down and how many rows, and how one of the reasons we're doing that is to see if anyone's coming out of the crowd to try to break perimeter, and I can't stop them from breaking perimeter. And then I give it kind of a pregnant pause, and one of the people in front of me was just like, are you giving us a task? We're good at tasks. And I was like, I am explicitly not giving you a task. I'm just giving you information so that you can make a decision if and when it comes to the point where you have to make one. And then much, much later in the night, there was this lady who really, really, really wanted to go up and touch the fire. And we wouldn't drop the perimeter just because this old lady wanted to touch the fire. And every time we stopped someone from crossing the perimeter, she would heckle us and scream at us and be like, come on! It's just like, our job is to stop people from crossing this line of flags. We're not doing this to you. But we want to touch the fire, man!
Yeah, that's why I don't do man perimeter. It's too stressful.
I don't know. I liked doing it before I was a ranger. It was exactly as fun this time, but I didn't have to wear the ugly, uncomfortable orange reflective vest, and that was nice. Got to wear my own ranger shirt. So I find out mid-Burning Man week that my parents have heard that the weather conditions are unconscionable at Burning Man, and am I okay, and am I safe? And obviously I am, as they haven't heard from any sort of emergency room. And that's when I find out that my folks watched the Burning Man live stream like all week.
Hoping to see you walk by.
That my mom didn't explicitly say that. I bet that was a part of it.
Why do you never go by where the camera is?
Where is the camera?
Where is the camera?
Like,
Isn't it pointed at Esplanade?
I don't know.
from where? To whomst?
Why don't you ask your friends?
But my mom's big takeaway from watching a week's worth of live stream of Burning Man from Pennsylvania is she had no idea how many RVs there are out there.
Oh my God, there's so many RVs.
Which I guess means she either saw like a whole entrance of RVs coming to Playa, or at certain points the live stream is showing things other than Esplanade, and she just saw like the sea of RVs that exists from E to J.
There's one thing that Burning Man teaches you that you're not going to like expect that this is a lesson you're going to get from Burning Man at all. It's how fucking trash RVs are.
They are trailers, sometimes with an engine attached, and like the thinnest, shittiest plywood glued together in the way that you would never allow someone to have an apartment. No. Like huts are sturdier than RVs.
They gesture at structure.
I'm pretty sure they're framed with lath instead of being framed with studs.
They're like a set.
I went into a fancy RV this year where the door opens and then the step up to the door like lowers and goes out.
Oh, yeah. There was one of those next to me when I was exodusing.
I found it very amusing, especially for the tiny, adorable humans that came out of it.
I was taking some shade in the shade of an RV during a ranger shift and found it necessary to dip my fingers in and then sniff my hands for all of the puddles it was generating. They were all water. I thought I was
Thank
pretty
God.
sure they were
Like,
all water, but like
just don't
had to
describe
check.
actions that way moving forward.
no, that's how you get reactions.
Puddles.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I was once at this sex party and I was dipping my fingers in and smelling them. Puddles.
Look, we're not here to kink shame you, bro.
They're just sometimes the things you say trigger.
Gets you off. I didn't put them in my mouth.
Sorry, sometimes I forget that not everyone sniffs like a snake like I do. You don't have a pocket up above your gums? Weird.
I thought that the scent glands are under your tongue as a snake.
I swear to God, if you correct me one more fucking time, Beth.
He calls it the Susquehanna sniffle. We try to get him not to.
This terrible sound.
The absolute funniest thing that happened to me, maybe the entire event, definitely during my my man perimeter shift, was right after we pushed the perimeter out. There were 3 Instagram models who were the second batch of people who biked up. And when people bike up, you got to ask them to put their bikes farther back so people don't trip over them. And these folks biked up and I was going to tell them, but it was obvious they were going to start taking photos, and they did. But they were taking photos like half a dozen feet inside the perimeter.
Nope.
So I had to ask them not to. And it was 3 times of me being like, hey, no, I'm talking to you. You're inside our perimeter. You need to exit our perimeter, please. And it was 2 gentlemen and 1 female-bodied bikini lady. And
That's really problematic, man.
one of the guys who
It's so classist to say lady.
was not actively taking pictures or being photographed turns to me all snotty and was just like, we need to take our pictures before the man burns. He burns tonight, you know.
Oh,
And I was just like, oh, I know. I'm holding his perimeter. You need to be behind that flag, please. Also, this is literally the worst time to take photos in front of the man. He's been stripped for parts for 12 hours now. You had all week. And so they huff off and they are continuing to take their pictures, and each of them gets the chance to crouch and throw up a vague not gang sign while they're getting their photos taken, and then they stand up back to back and shit like that. And I am maintaining my perimeter, photobombing every single one of their shots. like 12 to 18 shots, and one of them taking photos of another set of them for the first time. Just like, oh, hey, do you mind moving to the left or the right? Or just like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm holding a perimeter. And that was just delightful. And there were two photographers who were sitting in front of me during that part of my perimeter shift who thought that my actions made their photos much more interesting than they would have been had I not been in them. And they could actually throw them up on Instagram.
The funniest moment that I observed was with a couple of strangers in an e-bike.
Ooh.
On my way out to find the big dumpster. I was like, I'm going to bike all the way out there. It was way out on the trash fence. And this year there was like one middle spot of good playa on Inner Playa that was like flat and you could like coast and you could bike. But then you would get past Temple and it would be sand dunes instead of fucking like potholes the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am hitting sand dunes, getting off my bike and walking it. And there is this couple of humans on an e-bike that are moving through the sand dunes, both too fast and too slow. They hit a big dune. The person on the back falls off, but also pulls the back with them. So it starts just doing a circle.
Wow.
Like,
whoa.
Yeah. It was.
This was a tandem e-bike?
No, it was
somebody
one e-bike that someone was put another butt on the back of it. It was like someone holding themselves on the pegs of this e-bike. They fall off because it hits enough sand, and they were going fast, but not so fast that I was worried for anyone's safety when this happened. It was like dumped into pile of dust, right? But in that dumping, the e-bike starts turning. And I don't know if the human who was at the e-bike was having a hard time accessing the handles or the whatever, but they didn't seem to be able to stop it. And so it was just spinning until it dropped onto the ground and its wheels were just still turning, picking up dust.
That's really funny.
It was very funny, but they were not happy at me laughing at them as I'm walking my actual bike past them. But
well, you need to keep it on pedal throttle, not have like throttle open and set to anything. That seems like a poor choice.
Yeah, you leave that throttle alone.
pedal.
You're just assisted pedaling. That's the way to do it. Now that I've had it for 1 year and I unequivocally know that it is the right choice.
Yeah, you should take that bike out on the streets a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because you're really scary to bike behind on that thing.
It goes real fast, real quick.
It's not the speeding up. It's your balance when you're going slow.
Oh, yeah.
You make a lot of real sharp adjustments all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I'm only paying attention to not falling over 75.
Well, and he has that weird seat, so it's not like he's directing with his crotch the way that you normally do on a bike. You're like sitting on a stool with handles.
Balls don't hang low, do they, Beth?
No, my balls don't hang anywhere.
Yeah, no, they're all caught up in some fascia in your abdomen. I know.
I'm going to tell you.
I know about your balls.
Step through bikes is where it's at.
Until Apollo steals them from you.
Or I lose my keys.
Shit. Did we even tell you about this?
No.
So because I somehow managed to forget a bike lock this year, Beth and I were locking up our bikes just by like humping them together and making them awkward.
Making them super inconvenient.
But it's burn night, so I'm going to like suspenders and a belt. So I took my keys out of my bike and put them on my lanyard. And we walked into the burn and we watched the burn and we walked out of the burn and my keys were not on my lanyard.
Ooh.
Nope. So we retraced our steps completely.
Who is great for having a fucking work LED
yeah.
light in their backpack at all times?
You are great, Beth.
Thank you.
are great.
Thank you.
Like we went to where we were sitting. It was totally
Not
clear.
there.
Nothing at all. So we make our way back and just as we were leaving the seating area, I fucking spied him.
And then after finding your fucking keys again, then the next day your bike was just gone. Just gone, stolen, gone.
And then came back and then was stolen again and came back. Because it turns out that if I just leave my bike in the rack at camp, people will assume it's a camp bike, despite
Person will assume.
despite very clearly being on my bike.
person who doesn't camp with us, who doesn't get the orientation about that isn't your bike.
He
Camp bikes.
camped with us 2 days before the end of the event and went through like every permutation of where can I park my truck that is not down by the depot imaginable until I was just like, well, fucking leave it there. If you're told to move it immediately. I like it went from can I park right next to the carrot house? It was just like, no, that's where the resource goes. It was like, no, I thought. And then like an hour and a half later, so I was down at the bottom of the camp. What's going on with the parking down there? I was like, that's for the art car and for people who are supposed to park down there. It's like, yeah. But there's a spot over on the other side that's not by the art car. It's just like, dude, I don't fucking work for the parking.
It's a good thing he's really valuable to have around for a lot of reasons.
He is
been around
also
forever.
a resource.
And is usually pretty great about stuff.
Almost always. It's only funny because he always is so great about stuff and then was just like, why don't I steal a bike? Suddenly.
Rex was so upset on his way to his fucking Temporal perimeter shit.
Right.
And it was just like, well, I guess someone stole my bike. And I was like, well, do you want to borrow my bike? And Rex is gone.
Yeah, no,
Rex was off.
I felt awful where I'm like, oh, you're going to go do this like hard emotional thing. And how you're starting is, sorry, your fucking bike is gone. Your electric bike. I had the great pleasure of having it returned for the first time, finding it, and being able to go meet Rex at the perimeter line to let him know that his bike had been returned before it was stolen again.
That did make my perimeter much easier.
Yeah.
And the really funny thing is that I did actually have a lock. I had a U-lock that I bought a couple of years ago and couldn't find the keys for after that year. And Beth had texted me before she left and said, hey, are these the U-lock keys for your
I found
bike?
a random set of fucking keys.
Wow. and I didn't
And Rex
think
was like,
anything of it.
nah, leave them.
Yeah.
Don't take them with you. I'll get them later.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So they were sitting downstairs in my house.
Because
Life is a
didn't
series
think
of choices.
I had carried that U-lock without keys with me back to Burning Man. I thought I tossed it.
Yep. Well, I discovered something about my e-bike.
The keys mean nothing.
So anyone on the podcast who doesn't know, I bought myself it was like an $800 Amazon e-bike that was suspiciously on sale for like $425. It's great. It has a big kind of step-through frame that's made out of a humongous piece of rectangular tube steel. You could put your stickers all over it. If you try to ride it and the power isn't on, it weighs like 700 pounds. So you really need that assistance, which, if I haven't mentioned it previously, with one pedal step on power, takes you up to 12, 15 miles an hour immediately.
Oh, yeah. You can't e-bike at 5 miles an hour.
You cannot. You can do a series of like burps of speed forward.
But even aided by the incredibly uneven ground. So you're constantly going up and downhill.
Oh, yeah, it was rough.
I dare anybody on any bike aside from like a gigantic fat tire half inflated beachcomber to get a speedometer and try and do less than 10 miles an hour.
Sure.
It's so hard.
Biking is an imprecise art. We all agree.
Biking is a very precise art. You need to be going precisely 12 miles an hour to maintain your balance.
Beth, I have this great Amazon Burning Man e-bike, right?
Uh-huh.
I do not have a great in the world e-bike
No.
because the key for my e-bike has nothing to do with whether or not you can turn my bike off and on.
Oh, right.
My key only
This.
releases the battery or doesn't, which is immaterial if you can just turn it on and bike it away. Which you can. Keys or no. There's like 3 positions in the lock. I'm kneeling in the playa, trying to figure out exactly how I turn this off so no one can take it because I don't have my bike lock with me because I left it on Phoenix's bike the night before when we lost her by the temple and I didn't see her for another 5 hours. So I bring my bike back to camp where I know damn well if it's not locked up, someone's going to walk off with it. So I have like a canvas strap that I have wrapped and tied around the front tire to the bike rack. And I'm trying to make sure that like, well, this bike weighs like 400 pounds. Nobody's going to bike off with this if there's another bike for them to walk off with. If this bike is immobilized because I've turned the ignition off. Like, as I'm doing it, my hand's up on one of the handlebars, and I hit the horn by mistake. So, like, while I'm reaching under it to get the key in there, it's like, meh! And it's just like, oh, it's on right now. I'm pretty sure I locked it last night. But nope, there's no locked it. There's just battery open, battery closed, and mysterious third position that I think does nothing.
Huh. Did you try pushing in on the key?
Oh, yeah. We've pushed. We've tugged. There's no way to keep that fucking thing from turning on, except for, I expect, whenever I go into a store, taking the battery with me and leaving it folded in half.
So this year, I'm starting to retire from my staff role, and I wanted to do something that I hadn't done at any point in the past couple of years, and so I decided to go on some solo adventures, which normally is quite hard to do because there's so many people I love, and not all of them are rangers, and not all of them are broken leg brokens. So suddenly, yeah, I had a lot of free time. So I went out on my bike out into deep playa by myself and like went on an art walk and then ended up like coming back through the city because it was hot and hard to bike. Mm-hmm. And I had a really great time. The very first thing, so I heard tell of this giant dumpster on the trash fence. Mm-hmm. So that was my goal, was to go find it. And I got there and there were some people hanging out on it. It's full of raccoon stuff. It's super adorable. There's raccoon music on.
So what is the dumpster, like a metal dumpster?
The dumpster is wooden and built, but it's painted like a metal dumpster. Like if a dumpster was the size of if humans were raccoons.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big dumpster. It's one of those great pieces where you see it from far away and you don't realize its scale until you get up to it. And it's full of these adorable raccoon things and these paint-sized cans of soup and all the stuff about live, trash, love. It's adorable. And I walk in and I'm really hot because it's very hard to get there and it took me quite a long time. And I sit down and start drinking water and there's a bunch of people hanging out talking. And I find someone who was on the other end of a medical call I had done the night before, where I was just like, I have no idea what is happening to this person. Holy shit, I might have been a part of this, but I don't know if they lived or died. This is really tough. And then I ran into this person and they had all of the answers and all of the answers about another crazy situation the year before where someone drove a scissor lift into their camp.
In charge!
Yeah, so I took off on my own and I found the answers to a whole bunch of questions right away. And I got to do a bunch of really nice things, but something I'd never done before that really fucking grabbed me this year. So I'm biking back into the city and I'm like, okay, I'm going to head to this place unless I get waved down, because if I get waved down, I should go ahead and do that. So I get waved down. Folks are like, hey, do you want a snake bite? Which is cider and lager. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. So my bike is a stupid street bike and doesn't have a kickstand. And so I'm looking for a place to like stash it that isn't in the road or like destroying anyone else's bike. So I find a horrible place to put it and I walk towards the camp. And then there's this just guy sitting there being like, hey, I really like your vibe. I'm like, oh, what? What about
this calls to you, buddy?
Yeah, what about this? And he's like, no, I like your overalls. I like the radio. I like your energy. Like, why don't you grab a drink and come in here and hang out? I'm like, okay, totally. And I go in and I sit near him And it's just a bunch of camp people having like a camp discussion about camp issues. And I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for, but I'm going to hang out here. I have this whole drink. And at some point, the guy's like, hey, someone else needs to man the compliment booth. And I hadn't understood it and I didn't get it at all. And then I was like, hey, I'm sitting here and I'm not a part of your camp, but can I'll do this. So I belly up to the compliment booth and I start just complimenting people who go by. And it was it was incredible. Like people's eyes would light up. They'd make eye contact with you. They'd beeline for you. They'd want to talk to you. It was so charming and rewarding and obviously like meant a ton to folks just kind of instantaneously. And it's so simple, but it never fucking occurred to me.
No, because we heckled them.
Right.
We never thought of being genuinely nice and open to people.
I was thinking that specifically is heckling is like how funny can you be, all of these things. But literally, I was trying to compliment people on something other than how they look, right? But all I have to go on is how they look. So it was a bunch of like, I really like your tattoos. Your style is so great. Oh my gosh, you're so good at trampoline. Oh, your bike is incredible. And like, I don't know, it was something that I hadn't ever tried, and it immediately created this connection with strangers that I was just completely blown away by. Meanwhile, this camp, because they do not half-ass it, they're doing their snake bite party, which means they need to get people off playa. So they're literally have a bunch of people dressed as mermaids, like trapping people in nets and pulling them in. They were offering wheelchair rides where they would go pick up random people and take them around and then dump them at their own bar. And
Nice.
That's fantastic.
they were so on point. They were so charming and really on it. And they were like, this is the time for our party.
Do you remember the name of the camp?
Oh, fuck no, I don't. I have a sticker from them somewhere. And I asked them I asked at least two of them to come be on the podcast and gave them our stickers.
There you
So
go.
hopefully we'll be hearing from them. But they were fucking adorable. A small camp, lots of heart. Compliment booth.
So instant flash of inspiration on that because like I've had a really good time in manning a Lucy booth.
What's a Lucy booth? Oh, like advice, 5 cents.
The doctor is in. It would be fun to make an exquisite corpse booth.
No, it wouldn't. Exquisite corpse isn't fun.
No, not that writing exercise, but the visual thing where you mix up torsos and lower bodies.
So they're already made.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so what it is like two descriptors on cylinders that you can rotate. So it's like advice booth, kissing booth, fucking compliment booth,
Yeah.
and then like
A busso go around.
sincere, sarcastic, manic, schizoid.
Wasn't there one of those in the man base? Like a spot where it was like the seeker, the reader, it was like this beautiful like wheel where you could arrange it with a chair where you could say who was in.
Oh no! I maybe I'm convergent thinking. Maybe I'm
The man did it.
fucking
No, I mean there
stealing an idea.
There weren't two versions of it. It was one of those. It was in an alcove where there had a bunch of art up. But there's
This year?
yeah.
Huh.
It was.
Oh, I definitely didn't notice it this year.
Yeah. Well, it was when that storm was coming in, when we were like, oh, quick, we better go up before they tell us not to go up. Where you were told you need to go look at the sky for a minute.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of that, there was a bunch of art, and then there was like a leather chair and a rotatey thing that could let folks know what exactly kind of hippie you were, who wanted to talk to them. This year was like pretty stable for me. It's been a couple of rough years and there have been a lot of high highs and low lows. This year I like only cried in commissary 3 times and twice was about the food. So I feel like that barely counts. I felt like I did a good job with my job. I felt on top of my shit. There weren't any disasters. Honestly, if anything this year, it felt a little like I'm done. I'm a little bored. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about what the next thing is. Like, I've had a couple of really transformative years. Like, every year since 22, since we came back from COVID, every year has been a gauntlet. Mm-hmm. Sometimes like ones that were very rewarding and sometimes ones that were super painful. But this year I was just like, oh, I know how to do all of this. I did it well. I had more energy for strike than I've ever had. My landing was smoother than it has been. It was just like, oh, I know how to do this too well. I need to stop doing it this way, obviously.
Yep.
But that means that my highs were not that high and my lows were not that low. I would say, and okay, I'll give you one, that they were right next to each other. So Rex and I were quite a ways from camp when that Saturday windstorm came in, and we weren't expecting it, like no one was, for it to become that bad. So it dusts up and it starts whiting out.
No, that surprised everyone, even the meteorologists. That was like 1 in a million dust storm.
Dusts up and then the wind picks up and my brain a week and a half into Burning Man is just like, oh, we fix the camp. The camp is falling apart that I am in. How do I best pick up all these toothpicks and secure these fabrics and do these things? And then I was proud of myself for being there. And then suddenly when Rex came and said we should go back, where I was like, oh, fuck our camp. You know, my camp, the camp that I am nominally in charge with, and my radio has been there the whole time. And then I realized that there's like a check-in going on across the leadership of our department. And I was like, fuck, I have no idea what is going on. And Rex and I and like one other person like battled, like, if I hadn't had 12 years of experience and multiple days on playa before this happened, it would have been so foolhardy to try and find our way back to center camp, but we got there. Barely. Fucking barely.
It was the fact that we were on the Esplanade is what saved us. You can always get back on the Esplanade. You just keep the Esplanade on one side or the other of you. If you can't see the Esplanade, bear towards the Esplanade. If you can see people's tents, bear the other direction. You're off the Esplanade.
So we drop someone off at center camp, get all the way back to off center camp, and our car barn is like raising up off of the ground, and I see a group of people.
You're 2/3 of a car barn.
3/4 of a car barn. It's a car barn mini.
Car barn petite.
But it was like going up, and I was. We had only secured it with one ratchet straps because we were being terrible burners and being like, it's fine. There's no weather.
It was more than one. It was 2 on the side.
It was 2. I asked questions about it
4 on
days
the back.
before this happened.
It doesn't matter. We walk up. I borrowed goggles. I had no face mask. I was in a short kimono. And like we got back and my eyes were full of grit. I literally coughed up wet playa. And I had to turn around and go like, what the fuck is happening, camp? I need to make sure everything is okay. I walk out and our entire camp has jumped into taking care of everyone. They've walked around. There's, a dozen people securing each other's structures, using equipment that they can find. Like just this incredible moment of, oh, wow, we are so much safer in community. Mm-hmm. Like, I never had to worry about this because everyone here was taking care of everyone else. Mm-hmm. And it made my heart so happy, and it made me feel so great about the community that I'm a part of. And then sitting there in the dust, laughing and shouting and sharing the stories of all of our bullshit, of this weather like coming in and surprising all of us. It was as low as it got and as high as it got, right all in like one really dusty afternoon. Evening.
Yeah, for me, the The low was the timing of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm getting older. My energy reserves get a little flagged. And having the weather come at the beginning of the week means that by the time the weather was clear, I was kind of out of gas.
Yeah, I feel that. It was pretty great becoming a ranger. And then 7 minutes after that, having the wind come up and grab me on Saturday evening at like 5:42 at night. I was heading down 5:30 and I had just passed A. And the wind came up like fucking gangbusters. And I stopped and I put my mask on, and I didn't have a bandana. I had this like fabric COVID mask that has a Cthulhu on the front of it, and I really like it. And I put that on, and that was not enough to keep the playa out of my lungs.
Nope.
And I didn't know that there was any forecast for weather. So I went out with some like construction glasses with the foam around them. But like those aren't like the swim goggles I use for like real dust abatement. And like I was wearing my light weather gear instead of my heavy weather gear.
None of us fucking knew it was going to happen.
There was no forecast for weather.
Yes. Well, that there sure wasn't.
That wind happened because of two thunderstorms on either side of Black Rock City collapsed at the same time.
It's embarrassing. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's the desert, you know?
I do. It reminds you in one way or another every year how miserable going to this party is.
So this year I went backpacking up on Mount Rainier, and there's these signs everywhere on Mount Rainier that the mountain makes.
Don't drink Rainier.
That the mountain makes its own weather. And I think about that a lot with the playa, which is like, oh yeah, there's weather in the area, but how it responds to this giant plate of hot, flat, reflective surface that is absent of any moisture whatsoever, it makes its own weather.
It makes its own weather, and it's at the intersection point of weather that comes up from Southern California and weather that comes down from the Pacific Northwest. They both kind of end at Playa, so there's always like chaotic influences happening.
Word.
Sometimes when you're out at the ranch, you can see fronts coming from both directions.
Yeah, and it just gets caught on one mountain range or another, and you can watch it all dump as it gets forced up higher into the atmosphere. It's pretty neat.
Weather!
Yeah, another Burning Man with fucking weather. I brought 3 jackets this year. I used the big warm furry one for like 4 hours over the course of 2 nights. And then I had my wet weather one, which, I don't know, I wore for like 90 minutes. I brought a lot of clothes I didn't need this year.
In things we should mention, we saw Zeno out there.
I love Zeno.
Making his art.
Yeah.
And daddy issues.
Making our shade.
And making our shade.
And their art.
And their art.
And coming to our listener appreciation party.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to talk about as a high. Because the listener appreciation party was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great in a way that, like, I don't believe it's been this great previously, which is the community we've created on Discord has caused a bunch of our listeners to become internet friends. And through their internet friendship, at the listener appreciation party, they're not only meeting each other and bonding over how fun it is to meet me, Rex, and Beth in person. They're also like, oh my God, you're such and such a name on the Discord. And whoa, that happened.
Wow, great story.
Thanks.
It was also remarkable for being our first listener appreciation party where we had all the mixers.
Literally so many mixers.
Oh my God, so many mixers.
Yeah, thanks to Kimberly for all the mixers.
The embarrassment
and
of
the
having
socks?
to go and pick them up.
And the assorted other items of clothing.
Going to the mailbox and having the guy be like, oh, yeah. I know who you are. We're going to go to the annex to get these boxes. And put his little, like, I'll be back in 5 minutes sign up and take us to the container next to him so we can get the 130 pounds of 5 boxes of liquids that, oh my God, it's so generous and awesome you sent them to us. but
Heavy.
oh my God. It's not even like that it's heavy for me. It's that the Burning Man infrastructure has delivered the mixers for our party that we're not even sure we're going to have because it will not stop raining at 3 p.m. every fucking day this year.
Yeah, I had to go by our host camp. Shout out to Camp Got a Lot Going On.
Got a lot going on.
Got a lot going on.
I had to go by to make sure that like that camp even still existed, because at that point in the week, Burning Man was very much half built,
And because the
A lot of
camps
people
next
had
to us like lost all of their infrastructure. Shout out to camp next to us that had a dream of 3 monkey huts that ended up having the frames of 3 monkey huts.
Was that Slayer camp?
Late
Slayer.
buses camp next to Slayer camp with the drum kit.
That first storm that blew in on that Saturday, we found so much destroyed camp in our camp.
Oh, yeah.
So much of it landed in our camp.
I saw a carport during that storm be like pulled up on itself like an inchworm.
I don't think we've actually addressed how much stuff Kimberly has sent to us, because
That's a good point, Beth.
it wasn't just all of this.
I'm going to
fucking
say
mixers.
3 gallons of orange juice, a gallon and a third of grapefruit juice.
It was a lot of mixers
pineapple
and
juice.
like way more than we needed for the party, but it stocked up our camp bar pretty
Apple
well.
cranberry juice.
Absolutely,
And bunches of candy
just a huge amount of candy that we had to give to Exodus.
and big packs of socks and
all of those socks are mine, by the way.
Yep.
Those are all
I have
my
gotten
socks.
none of those socks. I would like to
They
point
don't
out.
fit your feet.
They're not the kind of you don't know. You have no idea how stubby my feet might be. You want to touch feet?
I can offer you a pair of those socks, but they won't fit their mind.
I probably don't want them. I like a very
And then
specific
some
sock.
random amount of clothing.
yeah, a couple of pairs of Uggs.
Uggs, which, by the way, we sent home with A, those Uggs are for children. B, we sent them home with our most famous artist friend who makes murals for a living, whose partner has tiny child feet. So hopefully they have not gone to waste. But I don't know what sizes you think the 3 of us are, but we are like not children.
We are substantial people.
No, but you got to admit that little blue sweater looks good on me.
It's very cute. It rides over
I had no
Rex's
idea that was
tummy.
this close.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had bailed by the
Yeah,
time
you
we got
left.
the
By
last
the time
package.
we got the last of the packages from
They're-
Kimberly.
I hope
There are
the
a lot
last
of
of the packages would be really wild if more arrived.
They just show up to the office in a month and a half. I take it all back. Kimberly, if you reach out, you can have our personal address and you can just send us shit. I got a kid. He probably needs cardigans.
That kid could have fit in those Uggs in a year or two.
Maybe even right now.
All right.
Oy.
Oh, speaking of late bus and his drum guitar driven camp next door, too much fucking Ozzy this year, guys.
Shut up. He died.
Yeah,
Hear shit. It's fine.
he died. I'm positive that sucks. Black Sabbath, not that good, guys.
Just gonna disagree. Just like flat out disagree.
I just appreciate Late Bus insinuating himself into our neighborhood in such a thorough kind of way.
Dude, he got us in a pincher maneuver.
That man
That's
showed
true.
up to our own bar with a fucking easy cheese bandolier. Not once,
Many
not twice.
Oh my God. As someone who tried to make a bandolier a thing at Burning Man my sophomore year, it was going to be awesome. I had an orange tuxedo vest that had a bandolier that like clipped to it with luggage clips, obviously. And in that bandolier was full of nitrous cartridges.
Was
And
it-
the thing is, they are slightly smaller than the bore of a shotgun shell. So they all fell out every time I fucking moved. Besides the fact that it's super fucking heavy, because that's like a bunch of pretty thick metal on your chest.
Yep.
Should have been easy cheese the whole time.
Obviously.
You know what would really be the douchiest? Just the absolute worst of the worst. Just a vape bandolier for blowing big clouds It really only works if you're blowing big clouds super douchey about it. You got to be like two-fisting, swapping vapes back and forth across your chest, blowing big smoke rings inside of smoke rings, and then just dying on stage like Mark Sandman.
I thought you were going to say Charlie Kirk again.
I was thinking Gigi Allen.
All right.
Did Gigi manage to die on stage?
No.
No.
No, just
He was just a
artistically.
fucking monster.
He was supposed to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some folks are
Fucking
desperate.
flap out.
Oh, so I had one of the best interactions with cops that I've ever had out there.
Whoa.
Gosh.
Yeah. So on my way out, on my way to Reno to teach my class, there were cops like on 447 before you even get to Gerlach, like totally blocking the way. And I was like, fuck, this is a fatal accident. This is fucked up. And I pull up and this guy's like, hey, I just want to let you know we're just patching a pothole. It's just he's like, we don't mean to do it now, but it's fucking everything up. So we've done it once and now we're doing it again. And I'm like, that's great. Thank you so much. And he's like, everybody's really mad coming from the other side. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they would be.
They would be sorry, but also thank you for making it safe for them to not like destroy their cars on the way in.
So what you're telling me is that you found some cops doing some DPW shit.
I found some cops doing basic roadwork shit, which directing traffic is always a place where cops can be useful.
Yep.
We need traffic directed.
Yep. But they don't need to be armed.
Couldn't they be traffic directors? Couldn't you just get like traffic coordinators to traffic direct?
I
and, like, that's the
completely
thing
agree.
Society pays for.
I was just struggling a whole bunch about cops out there this year because I want to believe good things about people who come out and do it, especially people who volunteer, even if they're getting paid to do it. I want to think good things about the cops out there, and I struggle with it immensely because cops.
ACAB.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not pothole street cops. is
No,
what Beth is.
no, and they were very sweet and seemed very perturbed by how upset folks were on the other side. And I told them, all those folks are assholes. You hold them up as long as you want.
Yep. Fix the road.
Yeah, fix the road.
Probably should have fixed the road before, but like soonest you can fix the road.
They'd fixed the road before. He said this is their second time patching this part of 4-7 that
I
was
think
like
we can-
sliding into the dust.
We can all agree that patching is not fixing.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's Nevada patching. Nevada fixing. That's how you fix a Nevada road.
I mean, the Nevada roads are
That's like-
better than the California roads over the Sierra.
That's like making rent by gambling.
I honestly think that Nevada invests like all of their highway funds on that first 15-mile stretch from the border to Reno just to rub California's nose in.
And
Because the rest of the
California's
roads
just
are
like,
shit.
fuck you, I'm paying for people to go to Nevada. Now, you know what? You can have a weird insert that like tries to hold your tire here because the chains on the tires ripped up the fucking road. That's what you get to go to Nevada. Shame on you.
That's why real burners take the 50.
50's fine.
That's right. The 50's fine.
The 50's fine. It doesn't have nearly as many Taco Bells on it.
There's 2.
On the 50?
Yeah.
I finally had a Taco Bell breakfast on my way to
God.
Burning Man. It was better than...
How could you do that out of Burning Man?
On my way to Burning Man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm already on vacation, Beth.
No, but your way out of like, just in case no one knows or doesn't have a sensitive digestive system. On your way out of Burning Man, the first real food that you eat is going to cause a problem. One way or another, it's going to cause a problem.
On my way out of Burning Man, I didn't eat the whole way home. I got home and I had ramen show up 15 minutes after I got home. And I had a big bowl of spicy ramen and took a shower and slept for like the next 3.5 hours. And it was great.
Yeah.
One of the best poops of that 3-week period, honestly.
I don't know what was happening with my body, but at Burning Man, it was like, this amount of food that I consume will mean this amount of poop that will come out of my body in under 20 minutes.
Oh,
so it's like if I am eating a full meal, I need to be potty adjacent.
My affluence
Immediately.
was fraught this year. but it was not difficult. There was, but like the sign that we had in our porta potties that was describing the different
the fecal scale.
densities of poops and qualities of poops, like in a medical rubric. I didn't appreciate that. That was very much at me. And don't tell me that like my past 4 meals haven't just been salad. It's not my fault. My ass is a river. Tell me I need more fiber. Shame on you. I haven't even had milk.
The fiber didn't bother me. It was the healthy poop recommendations that bothered me. It's like smooth like a snake.
It's like capital W white. You want your poops to be white and proper and Protestant.
Soft, wet snake.
No, you want it to be in lumps but crispy on the outside of your small lumps.
Saying crispy.
That's what they said.
I know, but that doesn't... That's not like an adjective to be used for fresh poops.
Were your edges frayed?
I mean, does that mean is there a gasket of gas around it? Yeah, some of them, I guess. There's a huge blue tank under me. I'm not entirely sure what I've floated or not, unless I've puddinged, in which case I don't need this rubric. I'm in trouble.
Oh, can I give you 2? So we have portos in camp, which means our portos are often quite good. But this year there were 2 moments of them not being good. One was like a super hoverer, and I know exactly who it was, and I know that they were in a prom gown, but they peed not over the seat, over the whole top of the fucking tank, like everywhere. Just peed everywhere.
Why not just back up to the urinal?
Well, the other one that I found that was a total mess was someone who had tried to dump their shit in the, not poop, but their pee in the urinal, and instead just wildly sprayed it all over the floor.
Hey. Maybe I sneezed.
This is why Jerry can. It's got a poor spout.
Remind me to tell you about the jerry can when we're done recording.
D-Day, tell us about the Jerry can
and
right
never
now.
repeat it to anyone else. No.
Yes.
Nope. Sorry, I value my relationship.
This year was great.
It was pretty good.
It was a great year. I am absolutely thrilled by it. I am pretty tired. I'm not saying we can't do more.
I don't have a ton more to say. I would like to say that my Crown Royal bag full of teeth, that was a big hit.
Yeah, it was.
Almost no one ever creeped out to have someone be like, hey, you want to pick your spirit tooth out of this Crown Royal
No,
bag?
Everyone's like, yes, teeth.
Yeah.
Give me teeth.
And everyone's real happy to get a coyote tooth, as if coyote teeth aren't the cheapest teeth to get from New Mexico. Y'all are lucky it wasn't all just coyote teeth.
It could have all been coyote teeth.
Could have, but there was some bison teeth in there, some deer teeth.
You could tell people it wasn't. They
some other varmint teeth. Yeah. Well, until someone does, and then how embarrassing is that?
All right, I'm exhausted.
Oh, yeah. The music in this episode is something I did when I was waiting in Exodus line to get back to the highway.
I'm just going to say that was really dumb. Stay until Tuesday or leave on Friday.
Yeah, no, I should. I haven't done Exodus like ever before in my life. It was kind of interesting, but I did it, and I plan to never do it again.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Yeah.
And this music is called Exodus Road Wub Wub.
Wub wub.
Wub, 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 wub,
Wub.
Wub wub.
Oh, I did get some big, I'm not going to entirely say props for the mouth music, Beth. I had someone like very effusively tell me that they were listening to whatever the last 2 things that the mouth music was in before coming to Playa, and they couldn't get it out of their heads. And I was just like, well, that's amazing. I'll tell Beth you loved it. And they were like, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I love it. And that's going to be in more episodes, as will the Wub Wubs.
D-Day, isn't it all about what you love?
It is like upwards of 85% of what I love.
At any time.
Most of the time, yeah.